Welcome back to the worst channel on YouTube. And in today's video, in honor of Spooktober, we're gonna be looking at a horror movie that I found pretty interesting. That I looked up. It's called Smiley, and the basic premise is that a studio decided that it would be a great idea to give someone who doesn't know how to make a movie a lot of money to hire people that don't know how to act very well, and make a movie that relies solely on jump scares to get any sort of emotion. I think that's a pretty good description of it. But before we jump right in, let's get a little spooky in here. Actually, you know what? I think it's better if we turn the lights back on, just to be safe. Uh, so the movie opens up with a young woman actress on the bed, and we learn that she's babysitting this kid who is arguably the creepiest kid to have ever lived because she hears about this urban legend where you say I did it for the lulz 3 times. I'm not exaggerating. That is what they say. I did it for the lulz.
You start a video chat with somebody you don't even know, and you type in, I did it for the bulls 3 times.
And this girl's like, you do it and people die. And she smiles too much for it. She's okay with the murdering. She's like, dude, it's pretty chill, you know. It's just a few homicides here and there. Gotta stand out in your college applications, you know, the usual.
And then this guy with the knife appears behind them.
And what?
Tickles them. I don't know. What do you think he's gonna do with the knife? Jesus Christ.
Why do they call him Smiley?
Because he stitched his eyes shut and carved a smile onto his face.
Actually, comes to my first problem with the movie, is the design himself of Smiley. Now, you might be saying, "It's why does it bother you?" Well, I'm gonna tell you. It's because of the fact that it doesn't really make sense when you look at the design. Like, he carved his own smile. It makes sense. That's totally fine. Whatever. If you want to say that, you know, whatever. Design not that insane, but the eyes. I don't know how you staple your eyes to be long this way, vertically. He goes like this, and as far as I know, I don't know how you could staple your eyes and be fine. Doesn't really work like that. But at the end of the day, I'm no doctor, not yet. Like a week or two. So she jumps onto chat roulette or Omega clones, whatever you want to call them. It doesn't really necessarily matter in the story's context. Just that they're chatting. That's what matters. And then like you randomize who you meet. Remember, this is randomized. It'll come and be important later. And then she ends up meeting a guy who knows about the myth. Say the thing 3 times, the guy pops up behind you, and you die. Pretty simple. And she ends up dying. After, it seems like someone's breaking into my house. I don't know why. They haven't said it yet, but they're still gonna kill me. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Don't ask me. I don't know either. It doesn't make sense. This is where we meet our main character, actually. This is kind of a weird part about the movie because they try to act like she's like this really young teenager, yet her dad says that she could have another year in the house, and not worry about school, which I'm assuming means that she's already had a year off, or at least has been in school for a year. So she acts like this really, like, not even naive, more like a literal kid. She acts like a literal kid. She hasn't done anything in her life in terms of anything bad. Not to put her down for that, just they show her off as this person who's definitely not ready to live by herself.
I just haven't met them in person. This guy from B invited LA people to his house for a meetup. What's B? You know, the B board on 4chan.
Is that like an Asian dating site?
I, I, I honestly don't even know what to say. Spectacular, truly spectacular. Whoever wrote that joke,
Oh, but you're in college now.
I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
Oh my god, pusher.
oh my god, peer pressure. yeah.
B is an image board where people can communicate anonymously.
Isn't that the entirety of the internet? You choose to not be anonymous on the internet. You can be anonymous if you want. She said that as if you're like, I mean, obviously, when you are in the internet, you literally have to put your DNA into it to even access it. And obviously, everybody gets your information through the internet, your DNA at least, because it's no way to be private on the internet, at least from majority of people. Because as we know, 99% of all people are master hackers. Yes, master hackers. They both hack you to death by killing you and hack your accounts. Either way, you're screwed. So, no privacy.
There is pictures, plan raids, troll Scientology, make memes, and in general, do anything necessary for lulz.
I think I'm high on your marijuana.
I'm pretty sure I've seen the intro to this movie a few times before. Not sure why. Seems kind of familiar.
Still living alone, or else I'd suggest three's company kind of thing. There's plenty of room, especially in my bedroom.
Oh my god, this dude's a pimp. I need to be more like him. Wait up, let me fix my hair. Oh, I think I lost some hair. Jesus. Yep. Alright, am I cool now? Yeah, right. This makes me cool. I'm cool. Alright, cool. Now I can talk to girls and be like, you want to have a three-way? Just as soon as I meet them. Don't even have to get to know them. Because...
Really, what I'm interested in is how people start believing in things, you know? Like Bigfoot, for example. There's no evidence that Bigfoot exists, yet lots of people believe in Bigfoot.
Chupacabra.
Sure.
Alright, I'm gonna stop you right there. Stop. Don't you dare disrespect Chupacabra like that. Everybody knows that Bigfoot is just a hairy man or hairy woman. We don't discriminate here. In the upper North Peninsula of the United States of America. That's just a known fact. But Chupacabra is 100% real. Alright? He's so real, he's actually fake. That's how real he is. Alright? So don't ever disrespect him like that again. Or her. Again, we don't discriminate here.
On campus. Oh.
Wait a minute. He looks kind of familiar. Who is that? Oh my god, it's Shane Dawson!
Watch out! Oh my god!
Yes, the cringe master himself has arrived. Shane Dawson, the man who can't take criticism and does horrible things, which I will not discuss because I don't want to get age restricted. Yeah, he's arrived. So I have no shame in making fun of him now because of the things he's done on camera. Not even allegedly, just the things that there's definite proof of. So let's jump right into it.
Okay, I thought it would be cool. You're Pedo Bear? Do you approve this message? Bitch tits?
And for starters, I know that guy's not talking. If anybody looks like a pedophile, it's definitely him. Just look at him. Those glasses, you see, he tried to go from the reverse pedophile. The classic big glasses, mustache. He went clean shaven, little glasses. But you can't hide from me. I know when there's a pedophile around, and that man definitely has children in his basement. Yes, because as we all know, there's usually like a 10 out of 10 chance that when something lunges towards you out of a computer, it means you're dead. You're gonna die. And unfortunately for me, they're gonna do this in this movie, and they've already done it, so I'm actually dead. If you're watching this, my ghost has edited this video in honor of me. So thank you for watching, actually.
Great. As you guys know, that this class is a requirement. Now, aside from my brilliance and my charisma and the school's obvious huge budget.
In case as a college student, you didn't know that a class was required, you didn't pick it, you had to be there. I'm not sure if it's required, though. They said it's mandatory, but I'm not sure if it's required. They wrote it on the board just one more time, and then the teacher reiterated it 4 more times, but that's just to be safe, because safety is the #1 priority of all colleges. So on campus, we ask you to please report any sightings of Smiley or of Shane Dawson, whichever you see first, and if you see Shane Dawson, please report us immediately. That's just me.
Oh, he's kind of cute. Yeah, super cute. Total babe. Don't kill him. Okay. No. Ah! Penis!
Yes, that's totally how you react to when you see genitalia online that you didn't want to see. You just yell it out. That's what I do. You know, I'd be like, penis? What is that? Never seen one. Like, it's what you do.
Wait. Maybe should we kill him instead?
Let me do it. Maybe Smiley will come out and cut off his wiener.
For someone that was just maybe like 10 minutes ago complaining, was that a real murder? Oh my god, that's not okay. She's like, damn, bro, for real, let me kill this dude. Let me just. Alright, he's dead. Got him. Like, she's just totally cool with it, and she's smiling too much. It's honestly, this still frame is really creeping me out. I think I'm gonna just have to turn the movie off.
I don't know. Did we just kill somebody? Did I just kill somebody?
Yes.
But he saw our faces, and oh my god, he waved at us.
How do you wink? How do you wink? I'm genuinely curious. How do you wink? You know, you got your eye like this. How do you wink? Like, it's stapled according to this. You said that little girl said, because she's my main source of information, she stapled his eye. So how do you wink like this? Right? Like, once you have the eye closed, you're like, you know, you gotta go like this yourself. You gotta do it by hand. How do you wink? This is a genuine question. I'm genuinely concerned. How do you wink? That seems painful. Why would you do that to yourself as a serial killer? So she's roofied. We don't know by who at this point in the movie, but she immediately feels the effects within seconds. So those are some really strong roofies. Thank God she didn't overdose, because that would have been a pretty weird way to end the movie. Just straight up overdose, just a few kills on 9. Pretty weird. But we continue. She gets face scared by who she thinks is a killer, but in reality it's just a guy standing with his girlfriend. Now, this is where we get to see the first appearance of Smiley, like the actual face. Now, I don't understand how this works. I'm assuming this is a mask, because otherwise this dude's built weird. He's built different. LeBron James got nothing on this dude. This guy is built different. His head is caved in from the sides. You know, he's got a down arrow. He's got a spearhead on the front of his face, you know, right here. Right. However, the back of his head also goes out. So it's like someone decided that the best course of action to create this baby was to squish him like this. Just wanted him to have him be unique. So when he was a little child, it went like this to his head. So he's built kind of weird. He's built different. And I don't know how you see out of those eye holes. If it's a mask, I have no idea. They're pretty thin. I find it hard. You know, as a serial killer, as you know, me, you want the best form of visibility when you're gonna do something like murder. Seems kind of important. That's just me though. Yet you're gonna close your mask off eye holes like this so you could barely see. I mean, I'm like this and I could barely see, and I'm pretty sure even mine's more open than the mask. But if that's actually his face, why? Just why do that to yourself? For starters, how? I've gone over this. How? Doesn't make sense. But why? Again, visibility seems important. The smile, that just seems like a stylistic choice. It seems like he was on Etsy one day and decided, it looks kind of fire. I'm gonna try it out. Everything else doesn't make sense.
Is that a gun?
Yes, this is a gun.
Why do you have that?
Yes, this is a PS4 controller. Yes, this is a piece of tape, or a roll of tape if you want to get fancy with it. But yeah, I don't know. This is a very odd question. You see, I can understand asking why do you have a gun, but usually it's not that hard when, you know, hard to tell when something is a gun. You know, like, you know, I could kind of feel like stating pretty accurately this isn't a gun. But I'm not good at, you know, noticing things.
I am one of 100 or 500 or 1,000 people in the whole world who can find out anything about anyone. Medical records, how much money, chocolate or vanilla, top or bottom.
Those things don't mean anything. I could find those things out myself, and I'm not a security professional. You know, medical records, I could probably look that up and be like, hey, public medical records, if there is any. Probably not, but I could figure it out, you know. Just guess the doctor's password, like medicine 123 there. Chocolate or vanilla, I can guarantee you find that on someone's Facebook post. You know, top or bottom, Bumble, or just any sort of website like Tinder, you'll probably figure that out real quick. Not that difficult. You know, again, you can't just be like, yeah, you know, I can hack anything. I can figure out your IP address. Okay, that's not that difficult, right? Most people could do that if they literally look it up on the internet. Or I can tell you what your username is. Like, oh, they got all my information. They have my username. That's all they needed.
Knowledge that those rules could have been anything whatsoever. Now, what is the implication of what I just said? Yeah.
It's almost like everything that happened.
I guess I could give him a little bit of credit. As Ashley becomes a little bit more unstable with her mental health issues that she suffers, the camera seems to be more shaky. I guess sort of representing how the movie and her world is kind of, going crazy. Again, it's not very subtle, but I appreciate the effort. We're over an hour now. Well, into this hour and a half long movie, and we've only seen Smiley like 3 times. And that might be sufficient if it's like in blocks of time. You see him here, he stalks her for like 2 minutes, 3 minutes here, 4 minutes. All right, you're getting tastes of him. You're hinting at him. Yet we've only seen him for seconds at a time, and the longest we've seen him was for 10 seconds. Seems kind of odd, right? Like, why are you skipping out on the main attraction of your movie? Well, they realized this, and they're like, we're about to give you as much as possible. So strap in, boys, as we literally get absolutely bombarded with not one, not two, but like a bunch, because I was too lazy to count, and honestly, I got kind of scared. So please don't make me watch this movie. Well, once Proxy leaves for her parents, allegedly her parents' home, Ashley basically loses it. She starts seeing Smiley all over the place. She feels like she's going to get attacked, and it seems reasonable because a lot of crazy things are happening, right? People are getting killed left and right. A lot, and it's like not gruesome, I would say, honestly. It's more like very basic in terms of how they're killed. They're not. Some of them are killed off screen because why not? I mean, the security professionals, the beast of that he is killed off screen. Gun and everything, murdered off screen because that's what you want to see in a horror movie. You don't want to see the deaths. You want to see the bodies being found. And that's it. You also don't want to see the monster. She attempts to call the police. They don't believe her because reasons, why not check it out? Because she's seeing a psychiatrist, is what they tell themselves. So Ashley's like, oh, I need you to say I did it for the lols 3 times so that I can kill him because I'm that much of a beast. She's like, I got this. This is on me. And as you would expect, it goes horribly wrong. So she shoots her boyfriend, or soon-to-be boyfriend, Shane Dawson, in the chest. Notice that she shoots the gun thinking it's Smiley, and he gets shot in the chest. This will be important later. And she's like, oh no, I'm gonna save you. Psych. He gets his throat sliced and dies. And you're like, oh my god, Ashley, please run away. You got this. Or shoot him because he's looking at you and taking his sweet ass time, and you could definitely shoot him. But she's like, no, I can't do it. That's too much work. I would have to move my fingers. She goes up. She gets cornered in her room. Isn't able to shoot him. And then like 4 Smileys pop in. You're like, what was going on? That's a lot of them. I thought there was only 1. Is she going crazy? And she jumps out the 2nd story window and dies. Yes. But I can only imagine it's a 15-foot fall, kills her on impact. And she bleeds out to death. But it literally looks like she dies on impact.
Onto the universe. A score needed to be settled. A bounty to be collected. Of course.
Bars.
We fucking did it.
Dude, that bitch went fucking splat.
Yeah, I gotta Instagram that.
Guys, what happened? We didn't even get to come out.
Our noob fell and broke her neck. She's dead.
So, in case you're wondering, it's spelled out to you, so I hope you're not wondering. Everybody was in on it. Literally, basically the entire universe was in on it at this point. Because I'm not missing anybody. There's literally almost everybody, maybe except the professor. And the way he talks, I wouldn't be surprised if that's what they were gonna do, like a sequel where the professor's the killer. And this is where I start seeing the cracks in the movies if you really start to think about it for more than 5 seconds. For starters, Shane Dawson gets shot. But how could they have been so sure? I'm sure that they had a squib, which if you don't know is like a little plastic bag or something filled up with a little bit of explosive. So when it's detonated, it looks like you got shot. It's a practical effect. Or he just had the blood already on there. But it looks like he's bleeding out. So how could they have been so sure that she was going to shoot? What if she didn't shoot? What if she doesn't shoot and he just walks in, gives it away? The girl in the first part of the movie, the beginning, why is she even intimidated or scared? Does that make sense? Because she knows she's part of it. And don't tell me that she knew after, because they stab her. So if it's fake, they had to have known. And she had to have known to have the special effects applied to her. Right? I mean, that makes a big difference. So this character, you have this entire scene which doesn't make any sense anymore because of the fact that she was in on it. So why is she even scared? Because she knows she's about to be stabbed. Because I highly doubt she would be part of the plan if she gets stabbed in the future. You gotta remember, these chats are randomized. They're anonymized, where even your own IP address and your server doesn't know where you're coming from because the internet, right? That's what they say. So how could they have gotten the girl that was part of the team? I mean, just statistically speaking, if you have 1,000 people, you're not gonna get it on the first try, most likely. You have 1 in 1,000 chance. If you get lower and lower the more people that are on there. And the way that it seems like this is a fairly popular website. And if they're the ones who made it, it's not said on there. So I can't give them the credit idea of them saying it. This plan was so perfectly executed. I'm wondering why they just don't run for government or anything remotely impressive. They would be able to dominate the entire universe with the amount of coincidences and perfect timing that they had with this.
It can be anyone, anywhere, at any time.
The first viral serial killer. Oh God, something tells me Smiley's gonna be really popular this Halloween. It's gonna be historic. People are gonna be speaking our names for generations.
Except they don't actually know our names, right?
Did Ashley do it on purpose, or was it an accident? It was an accident, but we're still calling it a win for Anonymous.
Not sure our hacktivist branch will condone this.
Okay, you know what? Fuck those guys. They don't get to say who's anonymous and who's not. The troll army, they don't have any command or control. I mean, they say we're off message. No, fuck them. They're off message.
You know, look, I'm not saying you can't make a movie about people that are hackers, but I don't see the connection with Smiley and the group Anonymous. Now, of course, please, Anonymous, don't hack me. I beg of you. Please, don't do it. But it doesn't seem like those two things fit together. I mean, you can have a horror movie about hackers. I'm sure there's a perfectly excellent way to do it. And I'm sure there's a great way to have a horror movie about Smiley, a genuine serial killer. But this just doesn't mix well. These just have psychotic hackers. I guess they're saying that the internet and hacking is bad. If you're a hacker, you're a serial killer. And their plan is to get people to commit murders because they committed a murder with their entity of a Smiley. It doesn't really make sense at that point. You're just asking yourself why would anybody else copy them? You know, maybe there's no notoriety because you don't know the name of them. You don't know the name of the people that did it. It's just this mythical creature, or I guess figure, not even creature. There's no point in doing it. It's just doing it because they gave you a mask? I don't know. It seems kind of ill-advised and not well played out or planned for that, considering they're omnipotent beings at this point. Oh, now finally this horrible movie is not done, because of course it's not. They decided that it'd be a perfect time to sneak in one last twist after the original twist. Guess what? Guess it. Drum roll, please. Smiley's real. Yeah, so she somehow gets killed. Proxy somehow gets killed by the real Smiley. I don't know how. And that makes me wonder, is that the Smiley that she saw while she was roofied? Because that's the mask of the guy. They use a different type of mask. They use like a plastic mask. This looks like a human mask made out of skin. Or at least out of someone's face. I'm not sure. Which, if it is, very well preserved. Good job, Smiley. But it makes you wonder, what was the point of the whole movie then? So that's going to be the end of the video. I'm finally done with this terrible movie. I can finally go to sleep and stop having to waste my time and effort into watching crappy things on the internet. But yeah, it's finally over, thankfully. If you like this content, please make sure to subscribe. I really appreciate it. If you would like for me to do anything else, let me know in the comments down below. different types of videos. Any suggestions would be really appreciated. Thanks for watching, and in the next video I'm gonna learn how to wink with having my eyes vertically shut.